time I've made a bad investment, probably not the last time, but luckily I make more good ones than bad ones, and I learn from my mistakes. What's going to happen now is there won't be another situation like this for institutional investors ever again.
Kevin O'Leary, chairman of venture capital firm O'Leary Ventures and star of TV's Shark Tank, has reacted to the sudden crash of FTX. The sudden collapse of FTX, the world's third-largest cryptocurrency exchange, underlines how important it is for any investor to learn about the risks they take when they park their money with a lightly regulated firm. FTX and its affiliate companies filed for bankruptcy November 11. The company's founder, Sam Bankman-Fried, resigned his position as CEO and was replaced by John J. Ray III, a lawyer who has worked on the bankruptcies of Enron, Nortel Networks, and many other companies. Bankman-Fried is staying on with FTX to assist with an orderly transition, according to a press release. FTX, based in the Bahamas, held about $16 billion in customer assets, but had lent about $10 billion of those funds to Alameda Research, a trading firm also run by Bankman-Fried and headquartered in Hong Kong, according to a Wall Street Journal report. Alameda, in turn, had lent out billions of dollars, with some loans secured by FTT, a cryptocurrency created by FTX, according to a November 2 report from CoinDesk. The value of FTT crashed as FTX faced $5 billion in customer withdrawal requests last weekend, which left FTX facing an $8 billion shortfall, according to Bankman-Fried. Before we listen to Kevin O'Leary's reaction, please smash the like button and consider subscribing to the channel if you are yet to do so. Thanks for watching our videos.
You took this investment in international and U.S. I got to ask for your reaction today.
Obviously, one of frustration, there's no question about it. I'm still a huge advocate for the potential of blockchain and cryptocurrencies. I'm disappointed, like many other shareholders. It sets, in a way, though, I always try and find what is the outcome of something like this. I mean, yes, I'm a shareholder in the international. That's a zero. It's not the first time I've made a bad investment, probably not the last time, but luckily I make more good ones than bad ones, and I learn from my mistakes. What's going to happen now is there won't be another situation like this for institutional investors ever again. We're simply not going to put capital to work until this stuff gets regulated. And what is occurring, and I'm just one voice in it, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to fly to Washington, and I want regulation. I want it now. No more delaying. I think this puts tremendous pressure on the SEC. I think a bill like the Stablecoin Transparency Act, which has been floating around forever, not going to signature, not going to markup, we got to stop doing this to ourselves. As an industry, it has to stop, but also it's time to move forward with regulation. And if this is the bottom of the crypto market. A massive player goes to zero, and now you build from the ashes. That's the upside. I am still going to invest in crypto. I lost money in the accounts there. They have a gate on them now. It doesn't stop me from buying more, and I'm going to do just that. I'm going to take advantage of the fact that most of these currencies and tokens and coins have absolutely been beaten into the ground as a result of this, and probably a buying opportunity. That's the way I look at it.
What do you need to see on paper before you would put fresh money into the space again? An actual bill?
Yes, I want to see it. I'd like to start with one thing. I don't think we can solve for every single asset in crypto. I want to do one thing, and that one thing is to pass the Stablecoin Transparency Act. One thing, because that allows us to use the US dollar as a payment system. I would use that in all of my businesses every day. It's far superior to ACH, far superior to SWIFT, far faster, more transparent, 100% audible. All I need is the regulation that forces an audit every 30 days and guarantees me the backup for this is Treasury bills less than 12 months of duration. That's one thing. Very simple. That would signal to everybody around the world that the regulators here in the United States are taking crypto on, starting to put rules in place, putting the guardrails on. No one is going to play ball anymore in this space on an institutional level with serious capital till we get it done.
I'm kind of stuck on your comment that you're so confident that this can be the bottom. How can you be confident of that? What do you know about CZ, Binance, BNB Coin? How do you know that it's not leveraged, that there are many more dominoes to fall here? We just had someone from another exchange who hasn't even published their board of directors. You invested in FTX, and that wasn't exactly a wise choice. You said you did due diligence, but clearly it wasn't enough.
You know, no. I mean, look, I'm going to agree. It was a terrible investment, 100%, and I lost my money. I get it. I'm a diversified investor. I make mistakes. This is one of them. But I learn from my mistakes. This won't be happening again. If I'm going to put serious capital to work in a broker-dealer, in an exchange, it's going to be one that's regulated, that has transparency, and has the same rules of test that every other exchange that deals in stocks and bonds has. Because, you know, everybody's saying the same thing. It's great to be a retail investor and trade a few $1,000s worth of crypto. And if that's what Binance is going to do, good for them. But every single institutional investor is going to look at this and say, okay, can't play with this structure anymore because there's not enough transparency. I'm going to wait for the SEC or whoever it is going to be, the Fed or whoever, to regulate this stuff. This is actually a turning point for this industry. It's a maturation for this industry. That's what's going to happen.
According to Kevin O'Leary, if there is one silver lining, it would be that the discourse around regulation of the industry is now going to become hyperbolic. He said now is the time to act on the few pieces of legislation currently making their way through U.S. Congress, including the Stablecoin Transparency Act and two others broadly aimed at defining cryptocurrencies as commodities. O'Leary also expressed frustration at Securities and Exchange Commission Chair Gary Gensler for dragging his feet on regulation over the past few years. Given that FTX.com is headquartered in the Bahamas and is a separate entity from FTX US, O'Leary also acknowledged that it's going to be difficult to establish jurisdiction over the matter. That will not stop regulators from trying, though, and may indeed force more entities onshore in the long run, he said, adding this would be positive for the industry as it will mean more institutions will feel comfortable investing in the industry. Crypto is not going away, he said. It will take this hit. It will move on because the promise, the productivity, the attributes of it is so powerful and so disruptive that they deserve a place on the international financial services stage. We are curious to know if any of our viewers was a victim to the crash of FTX. Please let us know in the comments section or write to us.